Pisces, hi. So this is going to be a reading for May 4th through the 10th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Pisces, what do we got for you? Bam. The overall energy for the reading, the Six of Cups. We got a soul connection. That could be a friendship. That could be someone from your family. That could be a romantic situation. I don't know. We shall see. In the recent past, the Strength card, the Hierophant, the Sun. Those are big-ass energies right there. Lots of happiness to be had. Did ya? Because then I see a lot of heaviness too. So it could have been, you know, ups and downs of something quite deep for you. Okay, this has been a little bit of a roller coaster, but it's kind of a slower one. Like not bam, 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 you know? Like when it was tough, it was tough. But when it was good, man, it was good. You know? So I don't know what we're talking about there. Are we still talking about this connection? Are we talking about a personal journey of transformation for you, or both? I think a little bit of both. But in the current situation, the King of Swords, the Star, the Two of Cups. Okay. So now you're coming in with a lot of clarity and knowing what you want out of a situation, a specific situation. And you're showing me two energies coming together in love. But again, you're coming through with a lot of clarity over it. In the immediate future, the Seven of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Five of Cups. You're moving away from something. You're not moving away from it. That you are, but you're not. Let me explain. You're exploring some options, new options, right? You're opening up to, hey, I'll do that, and I'll do that, and I'll do that, and I'll go and get that, and do that, and da-da-da-da-da-da. In time, as you still explore these options, that process of opening up to new actually kind of places you away from something you already have at the moment you start exploring these options. So while you're doing that, you're actually walking away from something else. But I don't see you knowing that part. I just see you open and in this energy of exploring new things. You might later down the road start to realize that that's what you were doing also. Actually removing yourself from something else. You know? Okay, let's clarify. Let's do the Six of Cups. For the Six of Cups, you get the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Page of Pentacles. So within the soul connection that I see presented here from you, you're telling me that you're a little bit upset with yourself because there's been many times in which you haven't put yourself first. That tells me you put them first a lot of times before your needs. And you're saying, I'm just learning that. Either you're learning that, hey, I haven't put myself first here, what the fuck? Or you're learning how to put yourself first because of the realization that you haven't. Okay. For the Strength card in the recent past, you get the Three of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Five of Swords. You've been waiting and waiting and waiting for what it feels like forever there. I'm not sure what you were waiting for, but I feel like once you're done waiting for whatever, you start to realize, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I waiting for? What have I been waiting for all this time? You know? So, I don't know. Because you're the one that's coming in with the conclusion that this is deceptive. This is, what the fuck am I doing? You know? For the Hierophant, in the recent past, you get the King of Wands, the Hermit, the Seven of Wands. For somebody to want you? For somebody to pay attention to you? For somebody to acknowledge your existence? To see you? somebody else other than you. So what the fuck am I doing is right. After all this time of waiting for that validation or for that, hey, I hope they notice me, you know? When are you gonna notice yourself? Because that was the lesson in all of that, and I think you got it at the end of it. When you finally snapped out of it and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? That came with a big ass aha moment, with a big ass, what about me seeing me, you know? If they're not seeing me, fuck them. I'm seeing me, you know what I mean? So, okay, that's like, it's major arcana cards. That should have been quite the lesson for you within a situation you experienced with for the sun, you get the moon, the 10 of swords, the 3 of cups. And finally figuring out that if happiness is not there in you waiting for someone to see you, to acknowledge you, to see you for who you are, then if happiness is not there, then it's someplace else. And you gotta go find it. So you thought that's where it was. That's why you were waiting for so long, for them to acknowledge you. And then, once they see me, I'll show them what happiness is. And yeah, I don't know if that happened because at some point you snapped out of it. And it's like, oh, happiness. Oh, it's not there. Oh, it's someplace else. Okay. Let's explore that. You know? Let me do the King of Swords. The Emperor, the Magician, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, that was definitely a personal journey combined with another energy. In terms of that energy served you. This whole personal transformation on a platter. It's like, here, I'm gonna make your life a living hell, and through that you learn and you heal. And you have, because I can see it here, you're showing up in your power, super clear, knowing exactly what you want. And not only that, you're going after it. You're gonna go get it, you know, or at least you're gonna try your best to make it happen. So you place your intention, you place your manifestation in a particular direction, and you're saying, that's what I want. And I'm going to go make it happen. Whereas in the past, it was like, I think that's what I want, but what I want has to see me first in order to, I'll show them happiness. No, you make your own happiness, and this is exactly where you're at right now. For the star, you get the Temperance card, the 8 of Wands, the Hangman. Yeah, and you've already, set the wheels in motion here. So I don't know exactly what you're pursuing here. It could have to do with another energy, which that's going to be a little tricky. Because it's like, you can only do your share. If this is a shared experience, you can only do your share in it. In the sense of, this is what I got, this is who I am, this is what I want. The rest of that space needs to be filled up by the other energy. So, but you are doing that. You are setting those wheels in motion for sure. And you're showing up very clear, and you're showing up very intentional, and you've been showing up, because it's not just now. I think this has been a process for you to get to this point of, this is who I am, this is what I got to offer. Here you go. Let's do the 2 of Cups. In the current situation, you get the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, the 8 of Cups. That's the thing with this other energy that I see here. I do see potential, and I think you see it too. There is potential, for things to happen here. Beautiful things. Is it the right timing, though? Because I'm not sure if that's the case. Because as you and them present these energies of what this could be, and it could, because I see it in the energies, I'm not necessarily seeing it happening now. I'm not seeing the click right now. And I think it's a matter of timing, because one energy out of the 2 says, as much as I acknowledge this, I'm not there with it. You know what I mean? So because I don't know what's up with this. I personally think it's a matter of timing. I don't think now is the timing for the click. The click ain't clicking right now. It might click later. It might never click. The potential is still here. It's always going to be here. For the click. For the 7 of Cups in the immediate future, you get the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles. it's a little difficult, but again, I see you kind of starting to explore all sorts of options. Your direction is moving forward, and there's all sorts of doors opening up at the same time. And while you acknowledge that in order for me to explore these options, I would have to leave something behind me, you're kind of dragging your feet, but you're still moving forward here. So as I said, as you're moving forward, exploring new options, you might actually end up leaving something behind you, even though the awareness over that aspect, that process is not fully there. It's partly there, though, because I do see you kind of peeking back, and it's like, oh, okay, this is not easy, this part, but I'm gonna focus on what's ahead, you know? So for the Three of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Nine of Cups, the World card, the Lovers. Again, your intention and most of your energy is placed towards moving forward. And that's exactly what you're doing. And you feel really, really good about that. Over time, as you move forward, as you explore some of those doors that are being opened, the click is clicking for you in the sense of, oh, I think that cycle is closed. I think I did leave something behind me. You know, maybe a hope for something to happen. Maybe this situation that's unfolding right now that just isn't marked by the right timing, you know? Yeah, it's mostly an aha moment. It's not necessarily painful. It's actually quite logic in your head. It's kind of like, oh, cycle closed. Check, you know? You're still focused on what's ahead. And your energy is pulling you in that direction in the most beautiful way because you're showing up quite happy, you know? For the Five of Cups, in the immediate future, you get the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles. You're almost grieving something that could have been. You know, there's a sense of acknowledgement over the fact that something could have turned out quite nice, but maybe it didn't. And then there's almost a sense of grieving over it, even though you know that's kind of absurd because it's like, well, it never happened, but it could have, you know. So, but you're doing pretty good through these processes, especially as you initially don't acknowledge fully what's going on, and then you do start to acknowledge, and then you kind of mark it as checked as a chapter in your life, and then you're kind of giving it the honor of your grief, you know, over that aspect that might have taken you places. And by the way, it still might, you know, I think it's a matter of timing. And I think if it's not happened now, yes, there's a possibility of it never happening, but there's also the possibility of it happening randomly 30 years from now or something, you know. So you're showing up quite strong and quite assertive and quite intentional in your movement forward, because that's where your focus is. And it's a great energy as you explore those doors that are opening for you. And you're actually kind of, again, shutting down a door that you don't even fully acknowledge as you're doing it, that you're shutting it down, you know. But then you honor that journey as well. So it's kind of beautiful if you ask me. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The Temperance card, the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, at first as you start kind of exploring what's ahead of you, which I feel like you're already in that process. I feel like you're just starting it now. It's going to be a little bumpy, but it's because of you. Because again, it's that whole looking back and realizing that, hey, if I move forward, that means I move away from that. So I don't really want that, really, but I still have to, but I don't want to, but I gotta. So it's that whole aspect that kind of slows you down a little bit. So it may feel bumpy at times, but then once you start moving slowly but surely with each day, you're going to feel more and more engaged with what's ahead of you rather than what you're leaving behind. So, but anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.